black at the ace of space, but 100% American. American. My mama dropped me in Alabama. She had me in sweet home Alabama. And I'm thankful. And I fight for my country every day. Every day. Fight for it. I'm not going down easy. We're going to have to fight for it. And I do want to remind you that our battle is a spiritual battle. It's a warfare between good and evil, right versus wrong. Good versus evil, right versus wrong. And it's amazing how the setup is. And now, when I reflect, I look at what's really going on, how the setup been in the making for a long time, this spiritual battle. But if you're in a fallen state, you cannot see it's a spiritual battle. You would think that it's a physical battle between men and women, black and white, and all the other things. But it's really spiritual, and it's working through men and women, black and white. And it's amazing to see it. It really is. Because now, if you really stand back and look at it, you will see how the black's been used for 70 years or more. They've been brainwashed. They've been set up for destruction by the ones who are controlling them, brainwashing them. And the blacks just fall in right into it, no problem. And women are being set up to destroy America too. Because women cannot see what's happening. Some can, but most can't. Especially those who are close to their fathers, they can see what's going on. But it's amazing to watch this happen. It's like this battle between good and evil, working through people. Good work through some, evil work through others. It's mind-blowing to see it. And I've said over and over and over again, there's no such thing as racism. It has never existed. Never existed. It's a battle between good and evil. No such thing as racism, sexism, homophobism, Islamophobism, Derbydadism, white supremacism, anti-Semitism. It's no Allahu Akbarism. It's either right or wrong, good or evil. And I'm watching evil take over my country. And evil is taking it over, and they don't care that they are being exposed. They don't care that you know that they're lying. They don't care that you see it. If you're not going to fight back, they don't care. And if you try to fight back, they're going to try to shut you down right away. Because evil doesn't want you to encourage other people to stand up for good. So they shut you down right away. And the blacks and the women are leading the way to destruction. Unfortunately, but that's what it is, unfortunate. That's why they've kept fathers away from their children in the black family. Because they needed to do what they're doing now. Looking at this race that's happening in Georgia right now, and it was reported that at one time Georgia was mostly a red state, meaning Republican, and now Georgia is half black, or whatever. The Democrats are blue. Democrats are blue, right? Yeah, blue, because so many black people have moved back to Georgia until it's going Democrat now. And that's unfortunate because Georgia at one time was a beautiful place. I literally had planned, I thought I would live in Georgia if I didn't live in California. But now that the blacks are taking over Georgia, ain't no way in the hell I'm moving to Georgia. My son moved down there, And he thought it was going to be nice too, I guess. But the blacks are moving back to Georgia. It's turning Democrat, and nothing good is going to come out of it. Georgia will be destroyed because the blacks right now are helping to steal the election, trying to steal it down in Georgia and in Michigan and in Philadelphia and wherever else they dwell. And they don't mind. And the unfortunate thing about it, the whites are on the run, and so they're running from these states where the blacks are taking over. And watch how these states and cities will become complete ghettos. The proof is in the pudding. I'm not making it up. And I'm just saying it out loud what other people are thinking, because I'm hoping that somebody else will wake up and help turn it around before it's too late. A beautiful state like Georgia should not be turned into a ghetto. It's too nice. But the blacks will turn it into a ghetto. They're stealing right now, and they don't mind. They do not mind at all, and nothing good will become of that. It's not going to work out well. There's a right and a wrong. And what the blacks are doing is wrong. And it's not going to work out. They can't build anything good because they're on the side of evil. And not all, but most. It's horrible that they are on display right now. And the white people are afraid to say it out loud. They know that it's the blacks who are helping the Democrat, who are leading the way for the Democrats to try to steal this election. I'm not the only one that know it, but no one loves black people enough to tell them. Blacks are the most hated people on this earth right now because they're so nasty and they're so mean and have no shame about being wrong. The women are loudmouth and out of control. The men are as emotional as the women because they become complete women. They don't build, they destroy. And I'm sick of hearing about what the blacks did. They're hanging on to this idea that, the blacks built the electric light, the stoplight or some dumb. And then some underground woman, black woman, 100 years ago. How about now? We are alive now. Why are you not doing well now? Doing right. You got to do right. If you want things to happen in your life in the right way, you got to be right and do right. And all people can overcome the fallen state if they wanted to. There's nothing in life that you cannot overcome. And instead of trying to make evil good, you need to overcome evil. But whatever. Brand new biblical question. Brand new biblical question. Why shouldn't men allow women to take over? Why shouldn't men allow women to take over? The women are taking over and the men are glad to give it up. Whatever. They don't want to be men anymore. They want to be women. Let the women take care of them. Why shouldn't men allow women to take over? It's a brand new biblical question. So yesterday we had an amazing church. It was so interesting. The last men's meeting we had, too, was mind-blowing. The first of this month, December, the Thursday night of December. First Thursday night of December. Amazing. Yesterday was even better. We talked to people who revealed their struggles with drinking and smoking pot. Everybody and their mama smoke pot. And don't struggle with it. Then you can overcome it, but you got to have the mindset of God in order to overcome it. You got to overcome the fallen state. And more and more people are revealing that they are not praying. They're not sitting quietly and overcoming. And if you don't do it, because it is a spiritual battle, Satan will control you and cause you to do the things you don't want to do. You're not in control of your own life. No one is. You're either influenced by evil or influenced by good. In a fallen state, and all of us are born in sin, but you can overcome it. But while in that sin, Satan will have you drinking and smoking and doing all kind of weird things because he controls your mind. He makes you feel lonely. He makes you feel depressed. He makes you believe and feel like life is not working. That is whatever. You have no friends. You're this or that, right? And so you get high. Or you smoke, and then you repeat the truth that you hear, but you don't live it. You have to be a living being, not just a talking being. It's easy to remember intellectually. It's amazing to live it. And most of the people who are admitted to drinking and smoking pot and stuff, they're not having allowing their mind to be renewed. They'll do the prayer. They'll pray a minute, but that's about it. On and off. You have to do it without ceasing because Satan is busy and you have to overcome the fallen state. You must be renewed. So do the silent prayer. If not, just suffer and die because no one can do it for you. There's not one human being on this earth that can cause you to overcome the fallen state. You got to return to the Father. And so if your life is not working, it's because you have not returned to the Father. You're not sitting quietly and overcoming. So when I hear people say, oh, my life is not working, that's why it's not working. You're going to have a conflict. And the children of the lie are ready to assist you in whatever you want to do. Turn your boys into girls, girls into boys. Pretense, because it's not the real deal. It's up to you. And I mentioned yesterday how only a few will find that straight and narrow path because it's not easy. You have to give up something in order to walk that straight and narrow path all the time. You got to die from your ego. And so many people have identified with their ego, they believe that is their ego. That they are their ego. So when they sit quietly or when they're dealing with life, when they feel the pain of the ego, they don't want to face it. Oh, they can talk about the truth, but they can't live it. They can remember what you said about the truth, but they cannot live it because they're unwilling to die from the ego. So only a few are going to find that straight and narrow path. It's just the way it is. When that was said, it was like, it's deep. Because most people are not going to overcome. It's too painful for them. They have identified. They think they are their ego, and they're not. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share the JLP Peterson radio show, folks. We really appreciate it. We are at war. It is a spiritual battle for the soul of America. And it's going to take all of us to do it.